Alright, miners, that time is upon us. The Quai Golden Age testnet is live, and things are cooking. And I mean literally cooking, like spicy hot cooking. If you've ever mined any ProgPow, CowPow algorithms on your trusty GPUs, you know what I'm talking about. Things are hot. A little too hot, but I just got to do a little tuning and get going, and we will cool things down and continue to mine that sweet Quai and Qi. And so the purpose of today's video is to teach you all how to run your own Quai node, a slice node for this testnet, Golden Age testnet, and mine to it. Now, you can do this locally. Run this node. You can do what I have done, which is build your node and mine to it, or you can get yourself a server that you rent and you can mine to that as well. So let's dive right into it. Alright guys, so there is a very important distinction that I'd like to make for this Golden Age testnet. Right now there's two different types of nodes that you can run. There's a global node and a slice node. However, for the Golden Age testnet, we are only running one slice of the network, which means the global node hardware requirements are not what's necessary for this to participate in this Golden Age testnet. So it's very important. You're only going to need a fast CPU with 8 cores, 24 gigs of RAM, a solid state drive, probably an M2 NVMe with 1 terabyte of free space, and then your 10 megabytes per second at least download. If you do not have this kicking around, you could use a virtual server, cloud service like Vultr or Clore AI, and you can purchase your hardware requirements, a server with those hardware requirements, and get going that way. So assuming you now have built a setup locally with these hardware requirements, or you've purchased yourself a virtual server with Ubuntu on it, Ubuntu Linux, preferably 22.04. I've been using Jammy Jellyfish. I used it for Iron Age. I had no problems. I've been using it for Golden Age so far. Everything's been great. If you have just built this setup with some of your other mining equipment, you're going to want to, if you're not super familiar with Linux, you're going to want to download this image. You can use Belina Etcher to just flash this to a USB drive and then just boot to that and do a clean install of Linux, and that is what you're going to use for your server. Okay, and jumping off from there, we're going to be ready to get started with running these commands. Just make sure you check those boxes. You got Ubuntu 22.04, you have at least these node requirements, and then we are going to be able to start installing our node. Alright guys, so first order of business, if you just got done building your server, your Quai node, and making sure you've met all these specs, you're going to want to fire up a terminal in Ubuntu, or if you're SSHing in, like I'm going to, you're going to want to do that. If you are using a server, that you rented virtually, you would SSH into the server that you just purchased and sudo su and get yourself root access. I'm in Windows, PowerShell. I'm just going to do WSL, and I'm going to now SSH into this is actually a Zealous node that I built and I've been running. My Quai node's already running. I don't want to mess with it, so I'm just going to go through the example here. And so you will do SSH at your server, so this would be Quai node, and then the IP address. If you're local, you're going to need to know that local IP address in order to get into it, and the username and the password, and then you would type that in. And boom, you are in to your server, and we can go ahead and get started running the commands. So the first thing you're going to need is to make sure that you sudo su and that you have root access. And next, you are going to want to install all the dependencies for go-quai. If you're a Mac user, I'm actually going to link Veronika's video. She's awesome, and her video is fantastic and thorough and great, and she does a wonderful job walking you guys through that. And I just have no experience at all with Macs, and I'm relatively new with Linux, so this is just like a beginner-friendly guide for GPU miners and the like. If you want to hop into this stuff with a locally built Ubuntu server or virtual. So I'm going to link that in the description. If you are a Mac user, just go ahead and follow her video. It's going to be easier. And so these dependencies, you're going to need snapd. You're going to be able to actually, you could just copy and paste or type these, whatever works for you. These are the commands that you're going to need to run to get everything up and running. First, making sure that your dependencies are all ready to go. Alright, so let that install. Oh guys, I'm sorry, before you even start doing anything, you're going to want to make sure that you do apt update, sudo apt update. I'm already logged in as root, so I just did apt update, and then apt upgrade before you start running stuff. Always just best practice, make sure you update everything. And so now that we have snap installed, next we're going to install Go Classic, and this server is currently running. It's going to take a second, it's a little slow. Oh, and also if you're a newbie like me, make sure that if you're going to SSH into your rig that you have installed SSH on the system that you're going to leave your computer and go SSH into, okay? I'll leave the commands for doing that too if you're new and you need it, just in case. So go ahead and install Go Classic. And after that, this is pretty simple stuff. We're really just kind of following along the docs here and just, you know, following the footsteps of those smarter and more experienced than us, right? So I have just copied in and made sure that I have Go Classic installed. And now I'm going to make sure that I have Git installed as well. And you can, again, just do that, copy and paste the commands, nice and simple. And then from there, we're actually going to clone the go-quai repository. So just make sure you're in the directory that you want to be in, right? I'm just in this zealous node directory here. I would normally be in just my go-quai, I'm sorry, my quai node directory there, but you're going to do git clone, and then you're going to change directory to the go-quai that you just cloned. So just go ahead, you can copy and paste both at the same time. It'll pull and clone the repository, and then change directory into it, and then we'll keep moving from there. So now we have the main branch of the go-quai directory installed locally on our machine, okay? And from there we are going to pull the latest version. And so you're going to want to go to this page where you can find the latest release tag, which is v.038. You actually just need the words here. Don't copy the link. Just copy. I'm not doing this very effectively right now, am I? Yeah, you're gonna just want to copy and paste those words, and you're gonna make sure you're in your go-quai directory, and you actually just do git checkout and then that tag, and go ahead and pull it. All right, and this is what you will see. And if you see that, that now means you are on the latest release. Okay, so now that we're on the latest release in our terminal here and the go-quai directory, we need to cover some very important information very quickly. This testnet is the first time that we're able to mine the world's first decentralized energy dollar, which is a coin that is stable, a stable coin pegged to the price of energy, which is awesome. I'm not going to go into all the intricacies of the Quai network in this video. This is just like a hard and fast how to run a node, but you need to know that there is a 2-token system. We're going to do the Pelagus Wallet in a minute, but in order to start up the node, you just run a start command. And you will pass a couple of extra flags in that start command when you start up your node, okay? Two of those flags are going to be your addresses that you're going to run your node to. When you mine to your node, the node is synced up with those addresses, and when you hit a block, it gets paid to your addresses in your wallet, and that's kind of how it works if you're brand new to this in very simple terms, okay? So I'm just going to keep moving along. You can read through all this on your own time. I just want to make this as quick and simple and easy as possible for beginners with all the need-to-know information. So because you can mine this 2-token system, you can decide if you want to take all of your rewards in 100% Quai or 50-50, which would be half Quai, half Qi, or you can do all Qi, which is awesome. And so you can select whatever you want to do. I'm going to show you exactly what the start command will look like, but just in very simple terms here, no preference would be 50-50. You would do this flag here, node.miner preference at 0.5. If you want to take 100% Quai, right, no Qi, you would do preference 0 as shown here. So this is pretty simple. And then the opposite of that obviously would be all Qi, which would be 100% Qi preference. You'd be getting no Quai on your blocks. It's pretty awesome. I've never seen anything like this before. It's very exciting. So that's all there for you to choose when you run your start command. I'm just going through this. I'll show you what the start command, if you're curious and you want to know what's actually going on. We are running only one slice of the network, right? So we're just running Cypress 1. We're not doing a global node. And there's a whole bunch going on there, but that's all we really need to know right now is this command to just run our node on Cypress 1. You need this Genesis nonce, or you will not be able to start. Today is the first day it's available. It's only been available for a couple hours, so you're going to put this in your node when you fire it up, and you'll be able to sync to the network. Without it, you will not be able to run your node. So now that you have all that in, you actually didn't need to type anything yet. We're just learning. Now you can go ahead and make your go-quai. You're going to build it. So you will do make go-quai. Obviously, make sure that you're in your Quai directory and let that build. Alright, so now that you have run the make go-quai and it went through and built, you are just about ready to start mining yourself some Quai and some Qi by firing up your node. But first, you actually need a wallet with the Quai and Qi address. So you're going to want to hop over to PelagusWallet.io. I use Brave as my daily driver, but right now I'm just doing this in Opera so I can show you. Get the extension. This is the version, this just came out today, 1.011, so just be mindful of what version you're on. You're going to make sure that you save your seed phrase. Label it Golden Age. You're going to need that seed phrase for your wallet to claim your rewards once mainnet goes live. So type in your password you want, save your seed phrase, and then get into Pelagus Wallet. This is what it's going to look like. This is where you will get your Quai address. You're going to need that to run your node. And then the Qi address, do not use the one in here. This might have just got fixed. I actually haven't started using the 1.11. You're not going to mine to this address though. I probably shouldn't even showed you that. Your Quai address is right there. That's your Quai address. Your Qi address, as of the making of this video, is in the settings here. You would click add address and it would show you your Cypress 1 Qi address, and then you will copy that address. That's going to go in your start command when we run this. So let's get the start command all situated, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like with the Genesis nonce, and then we're going to fire up our node. Okay guys, so we have our start command ready to go. DOS/build/bin/go-quai start. Then our node slices, we're running 00. Then the Genesis nonce right here. Then the node Quai coin bases. This is our address for our Quai. We got that from right here. I'm just going to show you just so you guys know. It's your first time doing this. Go ahead and unlock that for me. Or not. You can just disagree. There we go. And then your Quai, you're on Quai, receive. I copy and pasted that in right there for my Quai coin bases. Note the parentheses. You need those parentheses. Alright. Next flag is node.qi. Coinbases, again with the parentheses, that Qi address comes from the settings. Okay, Qi mining address is here. This won't be here the first time you fire up this wallet and go into settings. You have to click add address and then select Cypress 1. You will copy and paste this address and put it in here again in parentheses. Then select your miner preference. This is what I showed you a little bit ago. That's if you scroll up. This is half of your block rewards in Quai and half of your block rewards in Qi, and this is going to spin up your node. Alright, here we go. We're going to run the command. Oh. Okay, so that went off without a hitch, exciting, which I kind of thought that server was going to blow up because it doesn't meet the node requirements, and it's running a zealous node as well. This is my actual Quai node that I have running already set up. This is what your healthy node is going to look like when it's running. Yeah, and then the next step is going to be actually getting your Stratum Proxy going, and then you can mine to it. So we are almost there. So if you made it this far, congratulations, your node is running. And now let's get our Stratum Proxy going and we can start mining. Okay, getting the Stratum Proxy running I think is a little bit easier. So we're just going to rip right through this. Again, you're going to want to make sure that you have your dependencies installed. They're the same. So we have snap and we have go. Classic already here, and git. Next, we're going to want to clone the go-quai stratum directory here. So let's go ahead and first cd back into our regular just our main area where we had also installed our go-quai, and then we're going to git clone the go-quai Stratum Proxy repo or directory. I don't know if I'm using the right terms there. And then we're going to change directory to it. Okay, boom. So there it is. We're in it now. And so from here, we want to pull the latest release and do the git checkout. Just like we did with the tag for go-quai, we're now doing it for the Stratum Proxy. So same deal. You don't actually want to copy the URL, just kind of like the v0.16, and you'll do a git checkout. And this version, and boom, there you go. You pulled the latest version. Congratulations. Next is your configuration. You're going to want to copy paste the config file here for the Quai Stratum Proxy, and we're going to just go ahead and start by doing that. You can just copy and paste and run that command. Pretty simple. Next, it is time to build the Stratum Proxy. So you just do make go-quai stratum, make sure you're in that correct directory, and go ahead and make the go-quai stratum. Give that a second to build, and from there you run the go-quai stratum with this command, except you're going to add in here the region and the zone, which is going to be Cyprus 1 and Cyprus. Also important, make sure that you have port 333 open, both forwarded on your router, and then actually we'll do sudo ufw allow to make sure that the server itself actually has this port open as well. Just force it open and make sure. It's taking its sweet old time here. Like I said, the server is doing a lot right now. It's working real hard. Alright, so once you got that situated, I just make sure you go into your router, port forward for the local IP that your server's on, port 333, 343s, and then just do sudo ufw allow that port as well, just to make sure that it's open. Okay, and from there, then we're gonna run the Stratum Proxy command and get her going. Okay, so this is what that command is going to look like. We made sure our port is open for our stratum. We're going to do ./build/bin go-quai stratum. Your region is Cyprus, zone is Cyprus 1, and you got your port open. Go ahead and run it. Yeah, I already have miners mining to this stratum, so just connected them back right away, and there you go. Your Stratum Proxy is up and running. Your node is running. It is time to set up our miners, ladies and gentlemen. Alright guys, now it is time to start mining. Before we get going, quick public service announcement, okay? Before you start mining, make sure that your node is synced with the network, okay? Your node and Stratum Proxy need to be synced. You can check this by looking at the stats page. That's linked from their main website and their X account as well. You can definitely find it, and just make sure you're fully synced. You don't want to be mining invalid blocks or a fork chain. That's a waste of your time and everyone else's, alright? So there you go. Make sure you're fully synced. From there, you're going to want to, I'll have links to everything in the description below. The HiveOS flight sheet is very well documented in their docs page. And so what you're going to want to do is go ahead into HiveOS, wallets, click add wallet. The coin, you're going to be creating a new one. Quai is not in HiveOS yet, obviously. And you would choose Quai, then you can grab your actual address from your Pelagus wallet. Okay, copy and paste that in. Type in the coin name that you want, the best crypto ever, and make your wallet. I already have it in there, so I don't need to do that. From here, you're going to want to go in and make your flight sheet. And so I will be creating a custom flight sheet. Actually, we're gonna do this. We'll do the custom flight sheet. You would select the coin that you just made, Quai, the wallet address that you just put in, the pool, configure in miner, and then you're gonna create your custom miner. The link for doing this is here. This is all the steps I just showed you. And so here is your installation URL. You would go ahead and copy the link address. Then you would paste that link address in right here. Select ProgPal wall.worker name. This pool is not ready yet. You would do your node, your Stratum Proxy's IP. Okay, so mine is 192.168.1.71, and this is the port that I made sure was open. For NVIDIA, you're going to want to make sure that you have -U. AMD, we'll do a little bit more on that later. You can mine with AMD. It's not fully optimized just yet. That's in the works and coming soon. So these commands, you're going to want to make sure you have in your extra config arguments. Again, it's just your proxy. Make sure that you have that running. And then let's go ahead and go in and see what it looks like when you fire up the miner. Let's do miner start. Okay, and let's take a look. There we go. Already installed, and to the pool, querying the pool. Look at that. Yeah, I just have these two 4090s on here, so this will be the speed of each GPU. It has the fan percentage there, I believe, and then this is the speed of, obviously everything together. Whoops. Now, you will see, yeah, so if you haven't done this before, it's your first time, you'll see the worker connect to the Stratum Proxy. It's just pretty awesome. So then you know, and then you will be getting blocks. As soon as you mine a block, it should come right into your Pelagus wallet address, and you can check and make sure as soon as, once you get going, you're going to want to know, you can actually verify everything, both that blocks are landing in your Pelagus wallet, but also you can check the block explorer. The Quai scan, yeah, Block Explorer. These are the top accounts. I have not been able to crack the top 10, unfortunately. This guy is crazy. Got much more than everybody else, but you will see your Quai coming in here, and so I will show you. You will see your blocks getting found. You can also search for your Qi address here as well. So this is my Quai address, your Qi. You will find that in the settings like I showed you before, and you would also search on QuaiScan to check out your Qi balance as well. That needs to be fixed a little bit. That new wallet version just came out before I got to getting this all set up, so I think this balance amount is going to be fixed. You can check your coin balance history, all that cool stuff, and there you go. You have you should begin mining now and start stacking that sweet Quai. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Happy mining.